What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and unfortunately, well, I can't really say that. There is some good news, and there is some bad news, so, you know what, let's start out with the good news. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was basically confirmed. Regardless, this is basically the confirmation that the game exists, and that it is planning to get released pretty soon. We've all known about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered for pretty much over a year at this point. It's been rumored for a long time. People have been wanting this game for a very long time. However, most of it was just rumors and things like that. We didn't have any real, concrete evidence that it was going to be coming. Well, with this, change here, we actually do have some proof that it will be coming out. If you're not aware of what PEGI is the Pan-European Game Information, and basically what this is it's like the ESRB here in the United States for European countries. What these people do basically is you submit your game to them and the name and everything like that. They go through it and they kind of see whether or not it's got things like bad language, sex, gambling, violence, things like that. And then based on all of the criteria in the game, they assign it a rating like people only 18 or over can buy this game, people 16 and over can buy it, anyone can come in and buy it, things like that. You know, it's like what the ESRB does with, E for everyone's, mature ratings, adults only, 18 plus ratings, things like that. Well, with that being said, on their website here in the last couple days, a very peculiar listing shows up for games that have been rated, and it is none other than Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. The release date is marked down as the 28th of February, which was yesterday, and on top of that, it was for the PlayStation 4. Not gonna lie, that kind of worries me, even though I play on the PlayStation 4. I really hope they don't, put this as some sort of, special offer for PlayStation people. That is not the right move to make, even if they have the whole deal with Sony and PlayStation. You can't make a campaign remaster only on one console. But speaking about that, you will have noticed by the title of the game that it is only campaign remastered. Oh my gosh, Activision, what are you doing, man? So, if you, for some reason, can't understand what that means, it means that there's not going to be multiplayer. So we're going to see Modern Warfare 2, which is often hailed as the greatest Call of Duty of all time. That is hailed as one of the best multiplayers in first-person shooter history. We're going to see a game that Call of Duty fans have wanted to play a remastered multiplayer of for years. One that actually garnered a lot of backlash when this was leaked, and that it was leaked with no multiplayer over a year ago. We're going to factor in all these things, and we're still not going to get multiplayer. Activision, come on. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of disappoints me. But, at the end of the day, I will definitely take a remastered Modern Warfare 2 campaign. It's one of the best campaigns in Call of Duty history, and plus, I still have hope, because there is actually a scenario that I've been kind of considering in which I think it is definitely possible, not guaranteed, but definitely possible, that they do end up releasing Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer in the remaster. So even though this says campaign remastered and it only involves the PlayStation 4 as of right now, and there's no definitive release date, let alone even an official announcement really, along with Modern Warfare 4, which by the way is almost guaranteed to come. But in reality, they don't want Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign to have multiplayer, because if it has multiplayer at launch with Modern Warfare 4, most people realistically are going to be playing Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer within the first week. I think anyone here can kind of look at this and realize, if Modern Warfare 2 had some sort of multiplayer come back in this remaster right off the rip, dude, multiplayer in MW2R would come out of the gate looking like Infinite Warfare's did 8 months through. It's not going to be good for that game, and obviously Activision, Infinity Ward, etc., they don't want their game to come out and then just basically be killed by this 10-year-old remaster. So what I personally believe that they're doing, and take this with a grain of salt of course, I personally believe that at first only the campaign is going to get remastered. They're only going to bring out the campaign with Modern Warfare 4, which by the way was confirmed to have a campaign. That way people can kind of get up to speed, and the same thing with Modern Warfare 3's campaign, because as if you guys didn't already know that was also in the works as well, Modern Warfare 3's campaign is also being remastered as we speak. That was also leaked. So we will be seeing probably Modern Warfare 2 and 3 campaign remasters coming alongside Modern Warfare 4. Modern Warfare Remastered actually is becoming free to play for PlayStation players in 4 days. So what this would do is it would allow people who obviously downloaded Modern Warfare Remastered when they could, and of course bought the remastered campaigns, they would have access to the entire storyline of the Modern Warfare franchise. They could play through the storyline of COD 4 Remastered, and then, hey, hop into Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, play through Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, and then, of course, you have Modern Warfare 4's campaign to explore as well. These people would, of course, have just some classic Call of Duty multiplayer in Modern Warfare Remastered, and, of course, Modern Warfare 4 right off the rip, basically. So they would have adequate time to catch up, and then on top of that, it wouldn't kill the multiplayer for MW4, while also making Activision a lot of money off the rip. But if we always know, so once we get to around the reveal and the release and stuff of the next Call of Duty game, which at this point would be by Sledgehammer, and about April of 2020, when that reveal trailer comes, there's going to be a lot less people playing Modern Warfare 4, especially if it's not awesome. Now, I have a lot of hope for Modern Warfare 4. From what I understand and from what I would think that they're doing with the game, it's going to be an extremely good Call of Duty game. And it's going to be something that the franchise has needed for over half of a decade now. But when that next trailer comes through, people, of course, are going to just naturally, like they do with almost every other Call of Duty, they get burnt out, they stop playing the current one, and they basically just wait for the next one to come out. So with that being said, Call of Duty really loses out on a lot of potential players and money between the months of about May through October. That's about a 5 or 6 month stretch depending on, you know, the life cycle of the current game. Might even be longer for some games, but that's basically half the year that Call of Duty currently is not really making the most potential out of. So what I think they're going to do, when Modern Warfare 4's hype dies down with that next trailer and stuff, all of a sudden we're going to see this massive update to Modern Warfare 2, at least Modern Warfare 2, maybe even Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, which will bring in the multiplayer for both of these games, which, of course, they're going to monetize in some way. They are going to add new content to it, and if they did it like they did with Modern Warfare Remastered, I have zero problem with it. But that brings in a unique opportunity for the Call of Duty franchise to keep an entire year of Call of Duty fresh to people, get people, millions of people playing Call of Duty pretty much year-round, and of course Activision is going to make the most money possible out of this situation. By monetizing these games, by selling these remastered to hardcore fans, of course Modern Warfare 4, things like that, Activision is going to see a pretty big payday. So that's what I personally believe is going to happen. Of course, take that with a pinch of salt. I don't 100% know. It is totally possible that they are really out of touch like we believe they are and don't think that people want Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Now, let's be really honest. I don't know why they would ever think that, but Activision has shown that they do some things that the community questions pretty heavily in the past. There's been a lot of things that Call of Duty fans have been asking for years now that Activision still has yet to even attempt to really try. One of those is definitely Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer. So if somebody at Activision is watching this and you can kind of, I guess, contact somebody who would have the authority to start making these decisions, please do so. Because honestly, I want what's best for the Call of Duty franchise, and realistically, this plan is what's best for the Call of Duty franchise. You're going to make more money, we're going to have more enjoyment, we're going to get what we want. That's really a rare situation for Call of Duty. And keeping in mind that on Peggy's website we did not see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign remastered yet, I think that that might be somewhat indicative of maybe it not being finished yet. So, in reality, we've known that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was coming for pretty much over a year. We know that there's been at least a year for them to have been working on this, and of course, since we pretty much know that it was planned to come out last year, or that it was heavily, I guess, thrown around towards being released last year, they probably had more time before that to also work on it. In all reality, I think personally that the game has been in development since about mid-2017, considering the fact that that's about really when they stopped updating Modern Warfare Remastered, and by them I mean Raven Software, the people who made the first remaster. So I think that's probably when they started with Modern Warfare 2, and then of course, in early 2018, we heard about it, and we knew that it was coming. They were probably still finishing it up, or at least getting it towards the finish up there, and then it was probably finished by summer or fall of 2018, and then probably then they decided, you know what, it'd be best if we made Modern Warfare 3 Remastered as well, just to kind of go along with Modern Warfare 4, that way the entire thing is pretty much remastered, and then at that point they probably decided to go ahead and start the remaster there, which would mean that they've only had, realistically, maybe anywhere between 4 to 9 months in all reality to kind of get this whole thing on the road. Which means that Modern Warfare 3 Remastered's campaign might not even be finished, and if that's the case, I don't think a multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3 would even be close to being finished. Modern Warfare 4 to kind of get that finished, and then of course probably another 4 or 5 months after that really until it would release to get it done. So I still have hopes. You know, everything seems to make sense towards that being possible, and realistically it seems more or less just probably what they would do. But don't freak out that you haven't seen Modern Warfare 3 on Peggy's website. Like I said, it's mostly, it's almost guaranteed that it's not finished. I mean, they probably haven't been working on it for as long as we would think, and of course they still have plenty of time to finish it, but I would assume that that would probably go up for rating before Modern Warfare 4. But with that being said, Modern Warfare 3 Remastered might still just be a baseless rumor, but Modern Warfare 2's Campaign Remastered is most definitely a very real thing from Activision that is going to happen. With that being said, you guys, I'm still really excited for this year. I think this is going to be a good year for Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 4, I think, is going to be a really good game. I have really high hopes for it. Of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered is going to be cool to play through. You know, I've recently played through it on the Xbox One, but I would love to see it in updated textures and graphics. And then, of course, I still personally believe that we will be seeing multiplayer for it at some point. I don't know about Modern Warfare 3, it's probably not finished, but I still have hopes for that as well. Overall, I think it's going to be a very great year for Call of Duty, guys. Even though the news is disappointing for right now, don't lose all hope, because I think it's going to happen, and that maybe we're being taken for a ride right now, you know? Anyways, with all that being said, you guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're brand new around here. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It is a surefire way to get notifications of all my brand new content. Join the Discord down below. Lots of great things going on down there as well. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, staying frosty, and signing out.